Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at this time, 8 o'clock Central. And the goal is to talk strategy, share success stories, discuss techniques. But ultimately, we're here to support each of you, our valued distribution partners. And so today we're going to go back and review the basic of maybe the simplest way to fill your funnel. And we believe that that is using the free 4-week funding program. So I want this to be interactive. So I'm going to give you just a quick overview of the value proposition, and then we can have some roundtable discussion about how you're using this to bring clients in, any challenges that you're facing, anything that we can do to help you, help more people, and of course, you make more money. So the concept of the 4-week funding program is that this used to be a college class. I myself, as well as other professors, we taught it at a college. It was a full semester long, so 12 to 14 weeks. Students had to apply to college, get accepted to college. They had to sign up for the class. They had to pay 3 credit hours to take the class. They had to go buy the book. They had to attend the class. But it was very powerful in providing very practical information to these entrepreneurial students, these young, bright minds that were looking to start or grow a business idea that they have. We decided to apply for a grant, move the programming out of the college setting into the 501c3. And so we've done that now, and it's going well. And the goal today is just to make sure that you have a refresher so you know how you can use this very valuable program to help people and you make more money. So with the 4-week, we'll provide you a free site that looks just like this, a replicated site, and there's no cost. So instead of this link, it'll have a slightly different URL, and then that'll be yours, because at the bottom of this page is kind of the app. So if you're using the free landing page that we provide you, then when you have people sign up, which we'll describe in more detail in a moment, then you get credit for it. But as far as before we get to the enrollment, so you'll have a site just like this. You should already have it. If not, you can come down here, click yes, fill out the rest, and then we'll get you a site, no charge. So why I think it's always important to look at it from what's in it for the customer and what's in it for you. So let's first talk about what's in it for the customer, then we'll talk about what's in it for you. So our target market here would be entrepreneurs. Maybe they're pre-launch. Maybe they just have an idea, but they've not even put the business together yet. Maybe they've put the business together, but they're pre-revenue. So in other words, they're not making any money yet. Or maybe it's an existing operation, small business. But if they're looking for money to start or grow a business, then that's our target audience. So it doesn't matter of the industry, as long as it's a legal industry. Doesn't matter of the location anywhere in the United States. But small business owners looking for funding to start or grow a business is the target market. Doesn't matter of their gender, their race, their age, their religious or sexual preferences. None of that matters. It's just small business owners that either have or wanting to start a legal business in the United States. Now, one of the key selling points, if you will, to the prospect is that there's no cost. And it's true, there's no cost. If you've gone through this, you'll see the agreement. There's no cost. What we're doing is offering a fully grant subsidized program, asking people to enroll, fully participate, go through the process. And by doing so, they have no cost. The problem that we're facing is that often small businesses lack access to the capital that they need to start to grow to reach their potential. And then the funding program, the 4-week funding program, the free 4-week funding program is the solution. Now, we face this conversation or this debate frequently, and it's a healthy one. Some of you, like Alfred, will come back and say, well, this is all good, but it's 4 weeks, man. I don't know that people wait 4 weeks. They just want funding right now. Well, If they qualify for funding right now, we can move them into funding immediately. And that's what we call the hybrid approach. And we'll talk more about it in a moment. So it's true that participants do not have to wait the 28 days to go to funding. They can go to funding immediately. And when we do that approach, it's called the hybrid model, which I'll discuss more in a moment. But on your landing page, I think you'll have everything you need. There's a brief video that tells the story, an outline. And again, keep in mind, this is a free program. There's such an important strategy of offering something free to your target audience because they don't have to pay. Of course, that's what free means. But that also simplifies the sales cycle, if you will, because you're not going to have to overcome a value equation of, well, you're charging X dollars. Is it worth that? Or do I have that? Here, there are no prerequisites for them to participate. There's not a minimum credit score, not minimum income, not minimum time in business. So with that being said, if you don't have a landing page, I encourage you to get one. How you would get it is fill this form out, click the top button, meaning you want to be a referral partner. So that opens up the next discussion. Well, referral partner, how much does that cost? It's zero. We don't charge you anything to be a referral partner, and we don't charge you anything for the landing page. So let's wrap up the value proposition to the client, and then we'll get to what's in it for you. So why a small business owner would want to go through this is we're going to get them prepared for a capital raise. We're going to build out their business plan and build their business credit. We guarantee them at least $10,000 of business credit, business funding during the 30-day process, 28 days technically. We're going to help them build out their financials. We're going to help them put everything together. So that's essentially what we're doing for the client. That's why they would want to go through this free program. Number one, it's worth $2,500, but the grant covers all of that, so they pay zero. We're going to literally get them at least $10,000 for going through it. So it's certainly not a waste of their time, but we're going to position them for that next step, that large capital raise. So we're building financial literacy, we're building a lender compliant loan package, and we're helping them become credible enough for the type of capital raise that they want to need. So that's strong. What's in it for you now? As a referral partner, which we talked about how to become a referral partner for free, how to get a free landing page. It looks just like this for free by filling this out and clicking yes. What's in it for you is that you make 5 points off the client's capital raise. That's specifically how a referral partner is paid. So let's assume the client has an even $100,000 capital raise. How much do you make off of that? 5 points, $5,000. Some of you say that's not worth your time, and I understand. And so we have the white label partner role where you can set up your own terms and conditions, have a higher income from the clients if you wish. But as a referral partner, no cost to be a referral partner, no cost to get a landing page, make 5 points, assuming the client goes through the process, has a $100,000 capital raise, $5,000 to you. So that in a nutshell is what we have with the free 4-week funding program, which I can't imagine that you couldn't each be enrolling numerous clients, because there's lots of small businesses that want and need capital to start to grow to reach their potential. And the price point is excellent. It's free. And they're going to walk away with at least $10,000, and that's guaranteed. If you want to do the hybrid model, which I made reference to, the hybrid model is doing this. So you become a referral partner, and everything that I said is true. So you become a referral partner for free. You get a landing page like this for free. You drive people into this for free. Then what happens is at any point during the 28-day period that they're going through the process, then if you are a white label partner, if you're not, so please listen, if you're not a white label partner, the hybrid model doesn't matter. You can disregard this part of the discussion. But if you are a white label partner, then at any point while the client's going through this 4-week sequence, of which we're doing the mentoring, we're doing the coaching, you're not burdened with any of that. You just pick up the phone and give them a call. So let's say like Daquan. Daquan's on the line. So let's say Daquan's going through this process, and I'm the white label partner that referred him in using this process I just described. So I give Daquan a call. Hey, Daquan, Tom Montgomery, I see that you're actively involved in the 4-week funding program. How's that going? So I'm going to ask him a question. Usually Daquan or whomever you ask, that's going to say, oh, it's great, man. Working on my business plan, getting that put together, building my business credit. It's going great. That's usually what they'll say. If not, let us know and we'll make sure that they think it's great. But regardless of what they say, then what you're going to do next for Daquan is say, well, Daquan, I want to make sure that you know we can actually go ahead and move forward and get your first tranche of financing, your first round of capital right now, even though you're not done with the 28-day process, not done with the 4-week funding program. Daquan, would you be interested to see what type of funding offers you qualify for right now? What do you think Daquan's going to say? 9 times out of 10, probably about 9.9 times out of 10, he's going to say, yeah, let's see it. Let's go forward now, because everybody wants money now versus later. Nearly everyone does. So then what the white label partner would do is then send the client, in this case Daquan, their white label partner access to capital agreement. If you're not a white label partner, that sounds Greek and it's probably irrelevant. If you are a white label partner, you know exactly what that means, or you should. So then you're bringing the client into a second agreement. That second agreement, again, is the white label partner access to capital agreement. So now Daquan would be contracting directly with the white label partner. We're going to get a 1-page funding app completed from Daquan, and we're going to get Daquan some funding offers right now, even though he's not done with the 28-day process. So he's still completing, still going through this. We've not stopped this. We've not changed this. But in parallel, we're going to be able to get him funding now. Now, what type of funding offers will Daquan get? It depends upon his credibility. The typical client will get 4 to 7 cash funding offers. Some will get more, some will get less. The amount of first tranche financing ranges, but it's rarely going to be more than 75 or 100,000. Could be less, could be more, but we'll just have to see, right? Because we're not the lender. So let's review. In the hybrid approach, start here. And if you are a white label partner, anytime during that 28-day process, follow up with the client, see if they want to get their first tranche of financing right away. Most of them will. Send them the white label partner access to capital agreement. They complete that. We get a funding app completed. We get them funding offers. So they're getting funded now, even before they're done with this process. Doesn't mean that the 28-day process shouldn't be completed. It just simply allows them to get a first tranche, first round of capital now. Carlos is asking about some specifics on that, which is a good question. So Carlos, as a white label partner, you determine the terms and conditions of the white label access to capital agreement. We've provided you a template. You make whatever changes that you want, including the deposit, if you want it to be a refundable deposit or a non-refundable, which I'll dig more into because that's the heart of Carlos's question, and the performance fee. Carlos is asking about the deposit in the white label access to capital agreement. Well, number one, you're the white label partner, so you can decide, do you want them to have a deposit or not? And do you want it to be refundable or not? And how much do you want it to be? But let's assume you, Carlos, you just go with the norm. Most white label partners are collecting a $2,500 deposit after the client has received their first round of funding. And it's a deposit that if you make it refundable, they get it back later. If it's non-refundable, that's fine. But it doesn't come out of their pocket, Carlos, right? It comes out of their first round of funding. Some people will hit us up with like, well, why is there a deposit? Well, Carlos, your time is valuable, right? So if you're going to be working with the client, getting them from where they're at to where they need to be, wouldn't it be nice if you got some money from that? Other people will say, well, that sounds like an advanced fee loan scheme. That's illegal or unethical. Well, no, they're not paying anything up front. They pay the deposit out of their first round of capital. And then if you choose, Carlos, if you want it to be refundable, and if so, you decide what the trigger is, or it's non-refundable. So with that being said, just to clarify, there is no $2,500 deposit with the 4-week funding program. Now, what can be confused is this is a $2,500 program. The grant covers 100% of it as long as the client comes in and participates. Thus, there's $0 cost. That is separate and distinct from what we were just talking about, that if you're doing the hybrid model as a white label partner, you're essentially moving them into the funding phase concurrently under your white label access to capital agreement. Then if you have a deposit, refundable or non-refundable, that's paid after the client's first capital raise, then that's falling under your agreement. But that's paid directly to you, not paid directly to us, Carlos. Okay, so who has any questions regarding our conversation today? What we wanted to do is remind each of you how simple it is to help people make good income and spend no money, right? Because how much does it cost you to become a referral partner? $0. How much does it cost you to get a landing page that looks just like this? $0. You refer people in, they sign up, our staff does the mentoring. And if you're just a referral partner, you'll make, if the client moves on to the second phase and moves into funding, some will, some won't, then you'll make 5 points of their capital raise. That is the essence of being a referral partner. If instead you want to be a white label partner, you could do essentially what's a 2-step approach, the hybrid model, whereby you're also a referral partner for free, get a page like this for free, feed them in here for free, they participate for free. And then at any time during that 28 days, you just would contact them, see if they're interested in going for their first tranche, their first round of funding. Nearly everyone will want to. Then you give them your access to capital white label partner agreement. You send it to them via Adobe, DocuSign, however you're going to have them sign up. They do that. Then we're able, you submit them to us on the white label client submission form. We get them the funding app. They fill out the funding app. We get them funding offers. Most clients will get 4 to 7 cash funding offers. We'll let you know that. You help them accept the funding. They get the money wired directly into their account. And then you collect from them the deposit, which Carlos was asking. They pay you directly the deposit, and you collect the performance fee. And the amount of the performance fee is, of course, stated in your agreement with them, but you set that. So with that being said, some of you are white label partners, not on the capital side here, but more on the credit side, and that's fine. So let's talk about how that can fit in as well. So you could still use this as the door opener, because offering something that is free and valuable is a good way to build a fund. It's a good first step. So even if you're not a white label partner on the access to capital program, the funding side, let's say you're just a white label partner on the 60-day credit sweep, pretty similar concept, right? You would use this, market this, you're gonna be able to attract a lot of clients. And so these clients come in, and then you could do the same thing that we role played with Daquan a moment ago. Then you could follow up with them and let them know about the credit sweep if that would assist them. The point is, if you develop a client relationship off of something that's free, credible, and valuable, then you have a client relationship, and it's a lot easier to help them with other resources. Like a number of you are life insurance agents, Bernard and others. Well, this is a great way to sell more life insurance. That's not part of what we're involved with. Some of you are CPAs, like Terrence is a CPA. This is a great way to develop more accounting clients, right? Go to the marketplace with something that's needed and that's free, get the client engaged, get the client started, and then offer to help them in other ways while they're going through the process once they've seen value. So ideally, I'd give them at least 1 week into the program, so that way we've issued their live plan, which is a software we use for the business plan. They've had their first mentor contact, but they're going to be pretty high. They're high on life. They're going to have a high level of confidence, a high level of trust, and a high level of enthusiasm. So your ability to then pivot them to become an accounting client of yours for Terrence, or an insurance client of yours for Bernard, or so forth, is very high. It's called the midpoint next point sale. Okay, so Veronica asked, I have two more. I think that's maybe misspelled. So I'll try to get past that. So she has more people that she's enrolling in the free funding program. Excellent. She's going to have 5 in all total. Great. So she's asking about if she'll know if they're participating or not. So a couple options. We have our funding coordinator, her name is Madison, here in the office. And so at any point, and I can make sure you all have Madison's contact information if you don't have it, but you can reach out to Madison and she can check client status for you if you want. But the other option is you just simply to pick up the phone and call the client and kind of do a quality control check. So this is responding to Veronica's question, but maybe she picks up the phone and she calls Lon because she referred Lon in. Hey, Lon, because notice Veronica as a referral partner, she'll know that Lon enrolled, right? So she knows if the client's enrolled, but she doesn't necessarily know is Lon actively engaged or not. I guess in the end, Veronica as a white label partner, I mean, she would like Lon to be actively engaged, but if you follow the plan we just said, Veronica, you'd be calling Lon probably about a week in and asking, hey, Lon, how's it going? Right? And hopefully Lon's got great things to say. If he doesn't, then we need to fix that problem. But normally anyone you refer in is going to have great things to say. And that's immediately where you're going to pivot them over into your white label partner access to capital. That's how you're going to get the $2,500 up front. And then that's how you're going to get the larger performance fee. Again, that's the hybrid model. But her question was really much simpler. How does she know if they're participating or not? She'll know if they've enrolled or not because she's notified of it. But as far as active participation, I would encourage you to reach out to your funding coordinator. Her name's Madison, and she can check status for you. I wouldn't have enough time in the day to always be checking status for everyone's clients. Another point of perspective, as a referral partner, really your job is to get them to your landing page to fill this out. And then really you have no other responsibilities. You just get paid. So you'll notice as a referral partner, there's not as much feedback or information shared as in the white label partnership role because it's designed to be painfully simple. Refer people in and then just wait to get paid. There's nothing else you need to do. Now, if you want to know more, then get with the funding coordinator. But as a referral partner, you don't have responsibilities to mentor or do anything with them. You don't have to get them into the funding program. You don't have to do anything to make your 5 points. All right, so who has questions, comments, concerns on today's message, which is really just a recap of how valuable the free 4-week funding program is. And I could spend more time. I told you it came from a college curriculum. I can tell you that we use an award-winning curriculum developed by the FDIC, promoted by the SBA. I can tell you that clients that go through this, they're receiving the financial literacy that no one else is providing them. We have students that come out of entrepreneurship graduate school programs and go through this because oftentimes people are not taught the very practical and specific steps that are needed to get funding. And that's what you and I do as technical advisors. We do 3 things, right? We help them build their financial literacy, number 1. We help them build a lender compliant loan package, number 2. And then we help them become credible enough for funding, number 3. All right, Timothy's asking regarding the funding guarantee for the free 4-week funding program. He's asking if it's $100,000. So Timothy, you're confusing the 2 different programs. So the free 4-week funding program, 28 days, cost them nothing. And we guarantee them $10,000 of business credit, business funding while they're going through it. So that's the specific financial deliverable. Then if you're a white label partner, Timothy, then you can step in, move them into the access to capital program, and that has the higher threshold, the guaranteed $100,000. So all that's promised, well, it's in writing, of course, but what's promised in the 4-week funding is to take them through the curriculum, build their loan package, build their financial literacy, get them prepared for a capital raise. And I mean, there's a number of deliverables if you've not seen the syllabus, and we've gone through it. But what's not included is a guarantee of $100,000 just simply by going through the free 4-week process. Instead, that's your next step. You're pivoting them from the free 4-week funding program into your white label partner access to capital program, if you wish. That's called the hybrid model. That's where they are working towards and promise the larger capital raise. That's important to understand. So this is the initial step. The access to capital is the subsequent step. Can people just do this and not go into the access to capital? Absolutely. Can they just do this and not want 100,000? Absolutely. So it's important to see that as 2 steps. Now, if you're a white label partner and you want to bring them directly into access to capital, like Bernard does. Bernard, he started, I think he's referred 4 or 5 clients recently into the 4-week funding to use the hybrid approach. But in general, Bernard and some of our other white label partners, they don't do the hybrid approach. They just bring them directly in to the white label partner access to capital. And that's fine. That's fine. But I think for the average distribution partner, Bernard's above average, of course, but for the average distribution partner, following this hybrid approach is going to generate the most financial success for you, because I think this makes it simple, free, and easy to bring people in. And you'll still need to generate the leads, right? Because if we know if your goal is to make money, how do you make money? You make money from conversions. And to have conversions, you have to have leads. So none of this ignores the fact that leads are needed to feed into here to move forward in the process. And we've had separate discussions on leads, and you can buy leads, you can get leads organically, you can develop referral partners that refer you leads, you can go to your library and access what used to be called Sales Genie or Reference USA. Now it's called Data Axle, and get lists of newly started LLC, C Corps, S Corps. There's millions and millions of small businesses out there, and nearly all of them, that's the beauty of it, nearly all of them have a need for capital to start, grow, and reach their potential. But that's frankly what you bring to the table, right? As a distribution partner, what you bring to the table is feeding people in, feeding prospects in here to become clients. And so that's what you're really paid for, because in this model, we're doing the mentoring, we're doing all the work. All you need to do is generate the lead. If you're not good at generating the leads, then you need to put some thought into the different resources for leads and the different trainings that we've had, but that's what you bring to the table. All right, anyone have any other questions, comments, or concerns on how to use 4weekfunding.org to make money? I mean, ultimately, this is about, of course, helping clients, but from your perspective, what can we do to help you make money? We're almost to July 1st. It's exciting. Friday starts July 1st. There's no reason that everyone can't have a huge month in July. The economy is on kind of shaky ground. Inflation is going through the roof. You know, the cost of gas and food and travel is going up. What a great time to be doing what we're doing, because small businesses more than ever are wanting and needing capital to start, grow, and reach their potential. You literally have a free solution that's credible, that's valuable. We do exactly what we say. We promise them at least 10,000 just by going through it. And you have the ticket. I mean, how could you not be successful essentially giving this away? And once you've given it away as a referral partner, you can do nothing else and just take your 5 points, or you can be a white label partner, pivot them into your white label partner access to capital, and double your income. Those would be the 2 options. Any questions, comments, concerns for today? All right, well, we'll see you all back tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Nice to talk to you. Bye-bye.